Primary 6 Listening Comprehension Practice. Listening Comprehension Practice for Primary 6. Instructions to teachers. Before you begin this practice listening exercise, please check that the volume of the speaker is audible to all your students. Adjust the volume of the speaker to ensure that all your students are comfortable with the level of volume.
Instructions to students. In this practice listening exercise, you'll hear 7 passages in total. You will hear each passage twice. In the question paper, you'll see the questions and 3 options for each question. Only one of the 3 options is the correct or the best answer. Choose the option which you think is the correct or best answer, then put a tick in the box next to the option you have chosen as your answer. You will now hear 15 seconds of music before the exercise begins.
Listen to passage 1, then answer questions 1 and 2. Solomon is looking at a catalogue to decide what to buy.
Alright, let me see what is in this catalogue. Thumb drives are sold at $5 a piece. Each can hold 8 GB of data. I don't need any thumb drive right now. Laptops are going for $900. Rather small. I need a bigger laptop. I will skip that. Wireless mouse at $15. I will add that to my list. Wireless keyboard. I will get that when I get a new laptop. Mini vacuum cleaner. I don't think I need that. Extension wire. Yes, I need that. I've got 2 items on my list. What else do I need? Let's see. Yes, an external hard disk. This one is very expensive. This one here is cheaper, but does not come with much storage space. I guess I have to skip this for now. Printing papers. Yes, I will soon run out of printing papers. I better add that. I think that will be all I need for now.
Question 1. Which one of these items will Solomon buy? Question 2. Which one of these items is not on Solomon's purchase list? Listen to passage 2, then answer questions 3 and 4. Good morning, listeners. There are some announcements this fine Sunday morning. There will be a procession along Orchard Boulevard this morning to commemorate the victory of the national football team at the Southern Nations Football Championship. We have won this championship 3 times in a row. The first was in 2020, then in 2021, and now in 2022. The road will be closed to traffic for 3 hours from 9 a.m. If you plan to be at Orchard Boulevard to watch the procession, you should take the public transport there. The procession will start at 9 a.m. The hour-long procession will end at the junction of Orchard Boulevard and Serene Avenue. Along the way, there will be various performances by artists. There will be song and dance performances which you can enjoy. Street vendors will be allowed to sell snacks and drinks for the duration of the procession. As many people are expected to go to Orchard Boulevard, train services will be more frequent from 9 o'clock to 12 noon. The usual frequency will resume after that. Wishing you a joyful day.
Question 3. Which picture shows Orchard Boulevard just after 9 a.m.? Question 4. Which picture shows the place where the procession will end?
Listen to passage 3, then answer questions 5 and 6. Last Friday, we went to the Civic District on a tour. We alighted from our school bus at Jalan Maharaja near the Central Museum. We toured the museum for about an hour and a half. There were lots of historical exhibits. We also saw some original historical documents in glass cases. From there, we took a 20-minute cable car ride to the tower. From the top of the tower, we could see the whole Civic District. We spent about 45 minutes enjoying the panoramic view and taking photographs. Next, we travelled in our bus along Tower Road and Civic Avenue. The bus ride was smooth with not much traffic that day. We alighted at Civic Avenue near the Civic Theatre. We spent about 2 hours there watching a historical movie and touring the theatre. The movie was about wars in Southeast Asia. The movie showed how people lived in those years. Many people had not much to eat. They grew plants such as tapioca and lived eating them. After the movie and the tour, we boarded our bus which brought us back to our school. The tour was enjoyable and informative.
Question 5. Where did the students go first on arriving at the Civic District? Question 6. Which way did the student travel from the Central Museum to the tower? Listen to passage 4. Then answer questions 7 and 8. Good morning, students. I'm Professor Tan, and I'll be talking about the history of English language. The history of English started with the invasion of 3 tribes from Germany in the 5th century. These tribes were the Angles, the Saxons, and the Jutes. They crossed the North Sea from what is Denmark today and northern Germany. The people of Britain spoke a Celtic language then. Most of the Celtic speakers were pushed west and north by the invaders into what is now Wales, Scotland, and Ireland. The Angles came from Englaland, spelled Englaland, and their language were called English, spelled Englisc, from which the words England and English are derived. The Germanic tribes spoke similar languages, which in Britain developed into what is known as Old English. Native English speakers now would have great difficulty understanding Old English. Nevertheless, about half of the most commonly used words in modern English have Old English roots. The words be, strong, and water, for example, are derived from Old English. Old English was spoken until around 1100 before modern English that we know now was spoken.
Question 7. The talk was mainly about Question 8. What language did the people of Britain speak at first?
Listen to passage 5. Then answer questions 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Hello, good morning. This is Miss Lee. I want to find out how I can get to the Hijau Ferry Terminal.
Good morning, Miss Lee. Where will you start your journey?
From Sena Drive in Hills District.
You have two options. From Sena Drive, you can take a feeder service number 12B to the train station. From there, you need to take the train on the Southwest Line and alight at Brinja Park Station. Then you take a feeder service number 63 from there to Hijau Ferry Terminal.
What's the second option, please?
The second option is to take the bus service number 163 and alight at the monorail station at Viva Mall. From there, you can take the monorail service A to Brinja Park Station and then take feeder service number 63 to Hijau Ferry Terminal. The journey will be slightly longer.
Can you please tell me which will be the faster route? I don't want to miss the boat.
The monorail route, although longer, will be slightly faster.
I will take the monorail road. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a safe and enjoyable journey. Bye.
Question 9. Where was Miss Lee's final destination? Question 10. Which bus service will take Miss Lee to the ferry terminal towards the end of the trip? Question 11. Which of the following shows the correct order of Miss Lee's second option for her trip? Question 12. Based on the recording, which of the following information is correct?
Listen to passage 6. Then answer questions 13, 14, 15, and 16. Once upon a time, a field mouse was gathering beans for the rainy season. A buffalo was grazing nearby in the field. The mouse did not like the buffalo and called out to it in his squeaky voice, "Hey, buffalo! I challenge you to a fight." The buffalo paid no attention and went on grazing quietly. The mouse, seeing the buffalo ignoring him, said, "Are you afraid to accept my challenge, you big buffalo?" The buffalo looked up and said, "Hey, tiny fellow, you better keep your mouth shut, or else I will come over and step on you." The mouse said, "I dare you to do it." By now, the buffalo was very angry. He trampled the grass and dug out the earth with his hoofs, looking for the mouse. It was nowhere to be seen. Then he felt a scratching inside his right ear. As the scratching became more painful, his eyes began to tear, and the buffalo ran round the field wildly, not knowing what to do. Then he stopped and stood trembling. The mouse jumped out of his ear and said, "Well, now you know who I am." A furious buffalo ran towards the mouse to kill him. But the mouse was nowhere to be seen again. Then he felt that terrible pain again, but this time on his other ear. He jumped up and down and finally collapsed to the ground and died. The mouse came out of the buffalo's ears and stood on his body, proudly exclaiming, "I have destroyed the biggest beast in this area. Everyone should know who I am." At a distance, a fox was on a hunt for mouse. When he heard the mouse, the cunning fox came stealthily behind the mouse, standing on the buffalo, and pounced on it. The mouse let out a faint squeak, and it was no more.
Question 13. What was the buffalo doing while the mouse was gathering beans? Question 14. What did the buffalo say to show his reaction towards the mouse? Question 15. Which one of the following is the sequence of events? Question 16. Which one of the following is not from the story? Listen to passage 7. Then answer questions 17, 18, 19, and 20. Once upon a time, there was a very wealthy landlord. He owned so much land that he wanted to give away some of it. He decided to organize a contest for people to take part and own some plots of land. He announced to the villagers about the contest. The contest was that a person must run around the land he wants to have. If he completes running round the land, the landlord would give that piece of land to him. The announcement made the villagers very excited. Many of them wanted enough land to build a comfortable house, to grow the vegetables and fruits they need, and to rear animals for meat, milk, and eggs. There were a few others who were greedy. They wanted much more than they actually needed. Among the greedy ones was a man named Araka, who was the greediest of them all. he thought of running round the whole of the landlord's land and own everything. Such was his greed. On the day of the contest, practically every healthy man in the village gathered at the big field in front of the landlord's mansion. The landlord explained to the contestants about the contest before the start of the contest. There was determination seen on every man's face. Araka was all ready to go, but the funny thing is that he did not know the distance he needed to run to own all the land of the landlord. The contest was started and everyone ran eagerly. Araka was in the lead. He kept running enthusiastically in the beginning. Very soon, he was running with very few men. Slowly, one by one disappeared, and Araka was on his own. He was exhausted, but felt a little happy that no one was running with him. I will have all the land to myself, he thought. He ran without stopping, even though he was very tired, very thirsty, and very hungry. There came a time when Araka could not lift a leg for the next step. He stopped and immediately collapsed. Passers-by came to his aid and found that the man had died. They carried the dead body on a bullock cart to the mansion where the villagers had gathered for the results. The landlord looked at Araka's body on the bullock cart and said, "Gentlemen, this is the price one pays for being very greedy. This man, Araka, wanted all of my land, but in the end, he gets only a very small piece of land, just enough for his body to be buried. Let this be a lesson for us all."
Question 17. What did the landlord wanted to do one day? Question 18. Araka was one of the villagers who wanted. Question 19. On the day of the contest, everyone. Question 20. What was the lesson that the landlord was referring to?